Wagwan, my people. Niajeni. Yo, you guys, it is literally Father's Day, and this is a special, Father's Day segment. Welcome to Just Chat Podcast. My name is Danny the Storyteller, and as we say, this is gonna be something nice. Okay, stay tuned. So today, guys, where I was just sitting down, just a normal Sunday, taking time to yourself and all that stuff, and then I just remembered how our dads used to mess us up, especially when we did something wrong. that was a memory to behold. Like literally, guys, that was a memory to behold. Oh crap, I literally forgot I have something in the kitchen. I will be right back. This will give you plenty of time to relax, sit down, because this is gonna be an intense and very educative podcast. So take your time, go, get ready, have some meal over there, whatever you're doing, and then we'll get back. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Yay! Hello. Sorry about that. How is everyone doing? I am now officially back. Literally, I'm ready. I am ready for this. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening in from. My name is Danny the Storyteller, or you can call me Daniel, and welcome to another episode of Just Chat Podcast, the mental health based podcast, which has officially hit 613 plays. Wow, and 31 new followers on Spotify. I want to thank every single person who's been really loyal and listening in. And right now, guys, don't forget we do have a paid subscription. Please, I am really asking you to support the craft. It really helps me in growing the craft and getting to expound on so many things. But anyway, Leonie Father's Day, and I was mesmerizing on the very many aspects of life that this is strictly about the dads who have been there, who are still there either way, who have probably grown and molded us, and regardless of the fact that you're either connected by DNA or they're there as your guardians, they are still there. They have been your father figure, and they have literally have been there. Guys, I'm just thinking. So I have stories, and I feel like this molded how we think, how we move, how we probably maneuver through our lives. In one way or another, we were molded on how we were nurtured. And I come from a culture where discipline is like a mule. I don't know, guys. You just had to be at your best behavior. I know sometimes you would probably go haywire and mess around, but you just had to be disciplined. So we have very, 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 very funny scenarios. This is a story I've just mesmerized, and I'm like, wow, and your childhood memories are crazy. So me and my dad, when you grow, I don't know why it happens, but you either grow maybe further apart, but not in a bad way, or closer. it depends on how your relationship is or was, or how it gradually, with the experiences of life. But when I was young, man, I was a notorious young kid. Like, I was I have this memory of mine that I will never forget, because I feel like that one made me realize, like, I can, it might end up being one crazy. So I can proudly say that my dad was a surgeon, a bone surgeon. He did a lot. He helped people. Every person has their own journey. He grew to understand so many things, and we used to move a lot, because he got transfers and everything. This demanded a lot. His gig demanded a lot, so we got to move from one place to another. And I remember I got to experience a lot. Like, I got to experience way much. So this time we used to live a place around Kikuyu, and it was a really nice neighborhood, gated, neighbors. I just loved being with people, literally. But I was this notorious kid who was told something, but I wouldn't listen. I was like, just this typical. So we used to have a guy deliver milk around the estate, like daily. I don't know if it's daily, I can't remember, but I know he used to deliver. Took by Skelly, running around, and he just go around, drop milk in every neighborhood. But it was specific people, not everyone. I think they had days or something. I couldn't remember quite well, but I remember this one time this guy probably just did not deliver at our place. He just didn't deliver at our place. And then I went to I was walking around the area with my friend. His name was Billy. I can't forget that name. His name was Billy. Billy, wherever you're around, if you get to listen to this, man, I wish you're doing good, man. So we go around, we were riding a bicycle, his bicycle, and then we parted ways. And then, so I'm like, maybe my parents did not, or dad did not, pay for the milk, or it's not being delivered, or he said it's a delivery where. So let me just go around and see who got the milk. So I go around, and then I find this person. Being a kid, you're like, every person needs one bottle of milk. So this person has like two. No, it was 3 actually. So I pick one, and in my head I'm like, maybe any extra. So in my innocent self, just walked, picked the milk, one of it, and knowing that my parents are not around, I'm like home alone. So my parents really trusted me, because I never used to get into much trouble. I just was a very mischievous kid. I would incite people to do things. I feel like this is a confession. I hope my parents don't get to listen to this. But yeah, anyway, so nikachukua, tukazurura na Billy akaitwa, and then I got to be on my own asking around for milk. So I went around asking people if this is their milk. So is this your milk? Me, as a nice kid, I was like, maybe someone probably forgot. So I got to our neighbor. Hey, let's call her Miss M. So we say hi to Miss M, and we're like, hi, is this your milk? I'm very innocent with my very soprano voice. Hi, is this your? Yeah, I was wondering. And then the lady looks at me and she's like, ay hapana, ama maybe ni yenu. And then who appears? Guess who appears? The fierce lion. You see those eyes that just look at you, and you're like, oh crap, I'm in trouble. And it's about to go down. I remember this scenario because I was given a hefty cultural, hey father, that was an intense moment with my dad, guys, because I remember, I think because he was so pissed off to the fact that he wondered why I was holding milk. So he asked, and then the neighbor very innocently says, alikuwa anauliza kani ni yetu ameiokota. And me, I'm like, and my dad is smiling, so I'm like, he's not pissed. Kumbe hii macho haiko inashtua. And then he's like, si basi kwanza Dan, rudisha kwenye umetoa hiyo maziwa, and then come, nimekuletea kitu. Hey, I'm very happy. My dad is not angry for the first time. I went, nikarudisha maziwa, neighbor hata kujua ati anything, and then I went. So when I was saying goodbye to the next door neighbor, my dad looks at me with those eyes again. And he's now by the door, so the neighbor can't see. And then tells me, Dan, ngyoku. But with a whispering voice. guys, good night. And those were the days my mom used to have night shifts. So she never used to come home at all. She would leave me home, having cooked supper and everything and prepared everything. And then my dad, with his now day job, consulting and fixing people, comes back to take care of me. So that day, guys, have you ever been lifted by the ears and punished? Have you ever been punished? Corporal punishment, when corporal punishment actually meant something, guys. Nowadays is the we need to talk kind of thing, That day I was lifted, I was thrown to the sofa. I looked at him and I was like, I think this is the I wish I had a phone. I'd call mom and tell her I'm about to go. So I was punished. I was told to lie on the table, and he literally punished me with every single thing. It was a belt, a slipper, yes, and it was intense. And then after all that, he now sits me down, and remember my bum I can't sit well. And then he tells me, I brought you fries and chicken and soda. This is your supper. I will eat the rest that your mom made. I'm like, okay. So I eat these things while crying. I remember we moved out of that place because he got a gig somewhere else. Now he was traveling way further, so we got to a permanent place and all that stuff. And then I remember, I think I disturbed them because I saw a gecko on the couch, and I panicked so much. I was like, guys, we have to move out, like literally. But I remember that estate, I experienced a lot, because there's this one time I was told not to get out of the house. It was this time when now you're finished, before you now transition to high school, you've gone through the rite of passage, and you're told, after all this cultural thing, you have to stay in the house, like literally, because I was wearing a lasso. I hadn't healed completely. But then I walk around, go to some place, eat at some neighbor's home with that lasso. Guys, how embarrassing that is. And then he finds me swinging on the gate of these people. I just said hi to him and walked straight home. Like, that automatic, my legs just went autopilot. I was like, I even shook his hand and went, like, that day he never punished me. He found me crying on the door, because now we had a house help. She was crying. I was crying, and she was showering, and she couldn't open the door. I cried. My dad found me there. Like, he just didn't say anything. Like it was punishment enough. Like, he had to apologize to the people, but the people were okay. Like, they were like, yeah, he's a kid, but he felt obligated to apologize. But then finding me crying and sitting down and apologizing to him, it just melted his heart, and he was like, watch it too. So I pose this question to y'all, like, first of all, a big shout out to the dads out there. Like, this is literally, I do understand, and big respect to the single moms out there who've literally played father figures to, the children and nurtured them. And I do relate, and I do understand that quite a lot. Trust me. Some experiences in life do bring you to just make you understand so many things and aspects of life, like literally. So a big shout out to that. But this, sorry to say, this is related to the dads out there, Mazin. So do you feel, my question is, do you feel like whatever you experienced with them, whether positive or negative, whether you felt the pain or whether you felt the luxury or love or anything, that it was actually an experience that molded you to the man or lady that you are right now? Do you feel like them sitting you down and telling you, yo, by the way, blah blah blah, this is it, you gotta do this, and you're like, come on, really now, really, maze unankazia bana, or you're like, oh really, this is good, or this stereotype of you've never had your dad tell you I love you. To be honest, I think I've had it once. Let me just be honest. But that was intense and that was deep, and it's guy, I remember hey, my experiences I have a story, guys. This is the second time. Like now I was in campus. So I got drunk, like I got hella drunk, like I mixed 2 alcoholic beverages that I never cared about even seeing what content they had, or no, not content, but the percentage. So I took a flat vodka, 500 ml, and I drank it like water. It was like gulu, 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 gulu. Vinegar. It was sweet, very delicious. Oh yeah. And then, my friends, who by then we don't talk anymore, maybe because of distance and since we graduated and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. They bought a mzinga. We call it a mzinga in Kenya. For Kenya cane, coconut flavor. I can't forget. And I remember I drank that thing, Kichoki. We were at Jivanji Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya. And I remember I went hugging people around CBD until we got to, it was called Nakumat Lifestyle. Was it Lifestyle? In town, yeah, before Nakumat is no more in Kenya. Yes. But yeah, I was hugging people, was like, yo, Weni Bamba. And when I got home, I can't even remember how I got, but I remember I was saved because Super Metro is really nice. Like, shout out to Super Metro, because this is one of the best transportation means in Kenya, like public means, because they take care of you whether you're drunk or not. They make sure you get to your destination safely. So I got to Kikuyu, and then I took another matatu now to home. And this matatu that I got to, I remember I was so drunk, I can't even remember, but I remember taking my money, giving him, na kunirudishia change. Kitu inaniumaga hadi wa leo. But anyway, when I got home, I used the back door. And I never used the back door. So when I got there, my dad looked at me and was like, that's the first time he called me by my middle name. Gicha was like, Gitao, hebu simama hapo. I said, stand up. Umelewa. Me, I'm not drunk. Who, me? What? And I remember I was really struggling, because I remember when I lighted the matatu, I promised myself, when I get home, in as much as I'm tipsy, I will make sure I hold that wall and stand straight. But who is my dad? He saw through me. I remember that time I got pissed off because he got 2 extra even came to school. I was like, yo, I'm not a kid anymore. Why are you coming to my campus? Like, why? You're embarrassing me in front of everyone. Why would you do that? Anyway, guys. So I feel like all this experience, I'm just sharing my experience because I feel like that really molded me. Because I do understand that sometimes our relationships with our dads is really not that good. Like, I do relate, because I do relate that sometimes we've had our ups and downs, crazy, intense, life-threatening moments. Like, it was just crazy. And when you sit down, you're like, was it really worth it for both of us? Was it really did it really mean anything, or did it actually benefit the both of us that we got to that type or that point where we were like, yo, we can't stay in the same room, we can't live in the same house and stuff, or we're like so bonded together, emotional moments. And for me right now, my dad is retired. He's now a farmer. He's living his life, enjoying and chilling. It's I feel like I see it from afar and I'm like, okay, I see you. But still, consults here and there, and yeah. But we don't talk as much because I do have my life and I'm trying to make my legacy different and all that thing, because maybe some experience I did not like and saw. Because this is the thing, maybe some experience you sat down and saw and was like, maybe this is something I wouldn't want to experience with my children or my legacy or my family, wife, I don't know, anything. But do you feel like these people really were there? They were lions behind you. Like, they did actually make sure that they stuck by you. They made sure that they made every single bit of their life based on your success or based on what they want. Because I remember in high school I was still a misfit. Trust me, I was. I remember I blew. Let's forget about that, guys. That was a malfunction on my software. Anyway, guys, what was I saying? In high school, I was a misfit. I broke my clavicle while playing rugby. That's why I transitioned into. Listen to my podcast. You'll understand why I transitioned from rugby to something else. I am not telling you. Listen to my podcast. Anyway, guys, I broke my clavicle. I used to hit on a lot of girls. Hey, guys, I think haikuanza juzi. Hii haikuanza juzi. If you know, you know. But anyway, guys, I also learned a lot there, but I never digressed from what I really wanted, because what I really wanted was media. What I really wanted was radio. What I really wanted was this, you listening to this and transgressing to more and more platforms where you're gonna see my face, and eventually you are gonna see me. Trust me, I'm really sexy. Where? But I never did. And I sit down and I'm like, he actually played a big role in that, because anytime I tried to digress, he'd sit me down and I'd see it as so negative, and I'd be like, why are you really in my life? Why are you really unanisumbua bana? But I sit down right now and I'm like, it really played a big role. Because in as much as we never sat down or maybe served or maybe had terms on the same platter or the same idea, guys, one or another, this thing actually played a big role in your life, because you got to understand the bigger perspective. You got to deny some things and you got to understand that the kuna negativity place. You even corrected them sometimes. In one or another, you're sometimes right, but they never get to, you can never tell them they are wrong. Pride, my friends, kabla kwambie sorry
watakuwa umesweat na wewe ndio unavaa sweat.
Anyway, guys, this podcast was based on actually just thanking the dads out there that literally wamesaidia, wameokolea, in as much as most of us don't say it, in as much as maybe no offense, sorry to say, that most of our dads may have gone, may have passed on, or may have not sent them, and our moms literally took the mantle. In respect to that, as I said before. And to those who actually stuck, big up to you, Maze. Because in as much as we do try and digress and see some things negatively, we do understand that you all really played a big role. And if you're listening to this and you have a dad who, just share this to them. Because this is a tribute to most of them who've never had that we actually do love them. Let me be your voice, let me tell them on your behalf that we do appreciate them. And we thank them for every single little thing that they have done for us. In as much as ilikuwa kitu ndogo, tunaona kama ilikuwa nini, we appreciate them and we do thank them for every single thing that they have done to our lives. This was a fan podcast, guys. This was never meant to be sad or anything, because our cinema G. So happy Father's Day. Enjoy your night. It's still young. So if you're going drinking, please drink responsibly. If you're going smoking, please take it responsibly. Don't get too high, my friend. Don't get too high. And those chilling in the house and, getting the family to surprise them and everything. Big up to you, Maze. We respect you, we thank you, and thank you for sitting us down and telling us how life can be in the real way, because sometimes you can be naive as millennials and Gen Z sometimes. So Danny the storyteller out. This one is hey, leo tunahodhroliwa guys. Okay, I'm really shrubbing, but thank you so much. Blessings on blessings, as I say. Success is the best revenge, and there is always beauty in expression. Stay woke, the world is changing, and don't let technology take advantage of you. Take advantage of it and learn as much as you can while you still can. So thank you. See you on the flip side. See you next time. And don't forget, opportunities if you come through, take them, but also think twice. Yeah, advice imekuwa mingi bana. We enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye guys. Just Chat Podcast. We out.